What is going on, YouTube? KBiz TV here once again with another video, but this one's a little bit different from the last ones I've done. Now, if you guys have been on my channel at all in the past week and a half, I've posted a few different videos. I know to me some of them are kind of long. There's just so much I have to say, like so much I want to get out. So don't worry, I'm working on that. I promise you some of them be shorter, break it up into parts, doing things like that so you can get everything you need in a smaller amount of time than losing tension and, going off somewhere else. But what I wanted to do is something a little bit different this time. And what happened was that on my communication video that I did, I received a question from one of the people who were watching the video. And it just got me to think on some things that I want to be able to do with the channel based off of just one simple question. So what I'll end up doing here pretty soon is having a Q&A. So you ask me a question, I provide an answer. Now, I'm sure, I won't be able to get every single answer to a question that comes up, and I'm going to figure out how I'm going to accomplish that. But it was the first question I ever had asked to me since I've had my YouTube channel, and so I felt the need to do just a simple video on this based off of what the question was. So here's the question. The question is directly to me. Says here before 10 subscribers, and that's true. I think right now I have 5. It says, can you describe the greatest moment of your life in your next video? Oh, and happy towel day. Now, I was really excited when I saw that because, of course, anyone who is getting into YouTube and doing this brand new for the first time, to get someone to ask you a question, at least for me, was exciting because it allows me to engage. But Liam, if that's your name in YouTube or if that's your real name, to answer that question, the greatest moment in my life is the day that my son was born. So my son, Cameron, that is my pride and joy, and he's 5 years old now, but the day he was born was, to me, the greatest moment of my life. Reason being is because as you're growing up in life, you don't really understand how important life is. You just kind of move forward in it. You got parents, maybe mom, dad, or mom or dad, or maybe someone else raised you growing up, but there's a figure in your life that raised you to get to where you're at today. So you don't really pay attention to all of those things when you're young, but as you get older, then all of a sudden you get a bill, your first bill, right? Then you get a new place. You're moving. You move into a apartment, then you realize that there's other things that are taking place. It's not just your cell phone bill. Now it's rent. Now it's your car payment and all these different things. And you start to realize, okay, these are what adults do. These things is what, makes you an adult. It's not necessarily your age. It's the responsibility that you have in your life. And so I was married at the time, and it was just, we talked about children. It was something that we wanted, and before you know it, we have our boy. But it was everything leading up to that point, which was what made it so interesting. I remember praying for a boy. I wanted a boy first and then a girl. That's how I always wanted. 2 kids, boy, so he can grow up. We teach him and train him how to take care of his sister. But, it was so awesome. I came up, spent 1 full month on coming up with his name. And I was just so excited once I came up with the name. I spent a lot of time thinking about it. But the cool thing about it was finally when it was that day, we drove about 45 minutes to get from our house to our OBGYN at the hospital. And he dropped literally so quickly. The pregnancy was like 30 minutes. It was the fastest thing I ever experienced. And my ex at the time, she laughed him out, laughed him out. And I just remember, seeing him come from nothing into this being that, was a part of me. It was half of me and half of her. And to see this beautiful little thing just that was hidden for 9 months, now he's here. Now life is truly real. There is no going back. There is no hiding anymore. Now you have a whole new life that is in front of you that you have to take care of, just like your parents or guardians or whomever it was that raised you to where you're at today. Now your responsibility is to take on the same thing that they did, everything that you learned, and try to learn better, smarter, wiser things than they ever taught you. So for me, when my son was born, I knew that now all the things that I've ever done in my life, paying bills, trying to get to a new place, getting a car, having a job, none of it mattered as much as it did until he came. So now it's like, now I know why I do these things for. I do it to make sure I can live, but now I have a son who needs a father, who needs more than just a dad who plays video games and, kicks it. But now he needs a dad who's going to be there for him, who's going to teach him and train him in the way he should go. So greatest moment of my life will always be watching him grow up. Is going to be so exciting. Like I say, he's 5 years old now. So for me, it's just so much fun to see him grow up, get big, and just see how he's developed over all these years. And so, Liam, thank you for the question. Will always be the greatest moment of my life. There are some other ones that I thought of that are not with him, but I have a lot more things that I'm very grateful for. But as far as it goes, my son, my pride and joy, the greatest moment of my life, and will always be. So thanks for the question, man. I appreciate that. And if you guys have any questions at all you want to ask me, I'm an open book. I'm very confident in who I am, so I don't really have things to keep or hide. But if you have questions, I got answers. So anyways, you guys, thank you for tuning in for this very short video. But in the meantime, you guys take care, and I'll talk to you soon. See ya.